number 24, no person other than 1A, the governor, 2, a person who has been called as a witness by the county assembly or by the governor, or C, a person who is invited or summoned to appear and give evidence, shall give evidence before the Senate. The chairman, in this case, Chair, the accused is not the chief of staff. And in my considered opinion, Chair, it is actually an opportunity for the governor to be cross-examined on affidavit, just to test the veracity of the information that is in the affidavit. And I think it just follows what the senator for Nairobi said, Chair. I don't know what that Rule 24, maybe the councils in the House can help us understand.
Thank you. I have seen the light by Senator Esther.
Thank you, Chair. My concern is further to what Senator Sifuna was saying as to whether the witness evidence is sufficient is up to you to determine. But the governor being the wearer of the shoe, surely this would have been a good opportunity. And I thought if she's not going to speak, there should be an equalization mechanism to compensate that. I'm saying this because the mover of this motion was heard orally. Thank you, Chair.
Very well. I have seen my Vice Chair.
Chair, I was also a bit concerned when the Chief of Staff is the one giving evidence for the governor, because if we have any questions directed to the governor, will he be able to answer them on our behalf? I thought it would be better for her to answer the questions just to clear everything and for us all to have clear evidence and to be able to write everything that we need and to hear also from her.
Senator Tobiko.
Chair, I want to put it in another perspective. Chair, as the council for the county assembly said yesterday, this is a quasi-judicial process because we are not strictly, as in the sense of the word, at the courts. Because if it was, you know, a court process, you would have been across the road. This chamber is, the Senate is quasi-judicial because it's also a political process, Chair. And Chair, my feeling is that, of course, the governor could choose to be represented by her councils. But Chair, for the satisfaction of everybody, the prime candidate here is the governor. And Chair, I mean, it would be best if there is a way, even in silence, for the governor to take the stand so that she's not only cross-examined by the councils, but so that we are also availed the opportunity to directly engage the governor, even if it is in silence.
Thank you. The Governor of Mandera.
Thank you very much, Chair.
The former Governor of Mandera and the Senator of Mandera, the current.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Chairman. Now that an application has been made and our attention drawn to provisions of Rule 10, and considering how the County Assembly matter has been executed yesterday, it will only be fair, and the option not to exercise has been already superseded by affidavits that had already been drawn by the governor. It will only be fair to us as a Senate and this special committee to be able to interrogate the evidence, and the county assembly to be able to interrogate the evidence better by the governor availing herself. And the committee has the mandate for that matter. My request is the chief of staff, as the key witness for the governor, may not be able to substantively deal with issues to do with position or responsibility of the governor, upon which is in question, and her impeachment is what we are executing today. It is only fair if the request is made that the governor avails herself. And the chair, my request is we deliberate and you give a ruling on the same. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, Senator Tangwa.
Mr. Speaker, as I said yesterday, I'm not a lawyer. So allow me to argue like a layman. Mr. Speaker, all I understand is we have the accuser and the accused. Chair, it's a matter of procedure. Can the Senator for Kiambu address you as the chair, not Mr. Speaker? All right, thank you. Chair, Mr. Chair.
Senator Mandago, relax. It is normal to have a slip of the tongue, but in any case, sometimes I can be so imposing that the young Tangwa sees a speaker in me.
Yeah.
Tangwa, can you proceed?
Yeah, probably. So, Mr. Speaker, I'm talking about, all I see is an accuser and the accused. The governor is the accused. The accuser was the mover of the motion. And I believe the accuser was to come with the witnesses. And so the governor herself should also come with her witnesses. So she must stand on the dock. And the moment we started this hearing, the charges were read. And she pleaded not guilty. So how come now the governor cannot stand on the dock to be cross-examined on what she pleaded not guilty? Mr. Speaker, I remember yesterday, and I'm trying to help the council from the governor's side, because now I've started reading mischief. We were doing well. Everything was going on well. But yesterday, I remember there was a Catholic priest. And Mr. Speaker, he said he was here because of how he felt, because of his feelings. I'm trying to imagine the gentleman standing here is also here because of how he's feeling about the governor. So do you want me to judge the governor from how the gentleman feels? So I urge, and I would want to assist the side of the governor. The governor is accused. And the issue here is more egocentric than constitutional. We would want to hear, we are here to see, maybe we must start judging the governor. That's the way she is. She doesn't talk to people. She doesn't want even to hear. I don't want to do that now, but I'm trying to help the side of the governor. The accused should stand there so that we can ask those questions. She's seen on TV making utterances, roadside declarations, and then you tell us to examine a chief officer who is not even per se a civil servant. It's more of an organizer of a government, the caretaker, I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. So, Mr. Speaker, for this house to be taken, chairperson, for this house to be taken with the seriousness it deserves, the governor must stand on the dock.
Thank you. I think the final submission is from the Senator of Lamu.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to agree with other members that it is the governor that the 62 accusations has been leveled against her. And in fact, the governor was elected by the good people of Meru. They are watching. They want to hear how the governor is going to exonerate herself from all the claims that has been leveled against her. So it is in all manner of good faith that we want to demand that the governor stand and tell us what she has so that we can be able to do a proper determination as the committee. Thank you, Chair.
Yes, okay.
I think that I will start with the side of the Governor's Council. Article 50 of the Constitution, of course, is very clear. And I think that the Governor's Council was drawing us to Article 50I. And we respect that. For the purpose of this committee, however, Chair, if I got the Council of the County Assembly right, the Council is not battling with Article 50 of the Constitution. However, the Council wants us to take a note that should we choose as a committee not to have the governor being examined by the Council of the County Assembly, then the Council is being clever and telling us that there will be legal consequences in terms of when they're making their final submission. I think I took a very serious note to that, to the extent that under the standing orders of this particular House, the Senate, I think it is standing order number, it is actually under the third schedule, number 11, Chair, is in congruence with what the legal counsel, or the Council of the County Assembly is talking about. And I'll read it. Where the County Assembly or the governor chooses not to appear before the Senate, that fact shall be put on record, and the Senate shall proceed with its investigation without further references to the Assembly or the governor, but the Senate may, for exceptional reasons to be recorded, permit a later appearance before the Senate by the Assembly or the governor. My caution, Chair, is that should we leave the leeway for the Council of the County Assembly to make pronouncements after we have finished the proceedings on this particular matter, then that complicates our own investigations. And because of that, I want to finally say that, Chair, if you look at volume 1 of the document submitted by the governor's team, I think it is page 47. The governor concludes by making 66 statements, and that affidavit particularly isn't signed by the governor's council. It is signed by the governor herself. To that extent, based on those three overarching perspectives that I've brought, I think it will be critical that we accept the application by the council so that justice is served for everyone. Thank you, Chair.
Very well. Whereas Council for the County Assembly, your application looked light, but given the interest and the unanimity